66 years ago in Bunkery, a town in the southern part of Nigeria, crude oil was discovered. It was a thing of great joy and celebration. Everyone was happy about it. Indeed, the black gold had been found. What exciting times to look forward to.
What new courses this wave of oil will pave? Surely this will fuel a bright future for our fatherland, or so we thought.
There was great anticipation in the country. Finally, those toddler steps from independence will be turned to huge strides of success. No more need to depend on those granite pyramids. We will graduate from feeding just stomachs to feeding global industries. Nigeria would be a hub. We will finally become that trigger of Africa that we were destined to be. Indeed, it was a new day and a great dawn, or so we thought. The oil boom came on its way, and through the 70s and 80s, it seemed our future would never look so bright. The proceeds were monstrous, and soon the whole nation came flocking for a share of the largest. Everyone wanted a piece of the cake. They heckled and argued over who would get what. Everyone ate and was happy. Well, everyone but the Niger Delta. Like a mother hen rubbed off her cheeks and left the wheel, such was the fate of Mother Niger Delta. Every other region enjoyed of her goodness except the progenitor herself. She cried for days on end, but no one cared to listen. Daily she was drilled and exploited, and what did she get in return? A poisoned atmosphere, farmlands rendered useless, water made undrinkable. It would seem that this blessing had been turned to a curse. It was a beauty that had been turned to ashes, a glory that brought sadness. The black gold had brought indelible sorrows, and with each resource taken, its claws dug deeper. The land indeed bled. For a land blessed with so much energy resources, it was only darkness they could muster. Schools were understaffed, and even getting basic education became a thing of luxury. In a short while, that pitiful land was turned into a rabid dog. The land of the Delta had soaked enough tears. It was time to make our oppressors pay and replace those tears with blood. They called themselves the Avengers. Others called them militants. Some called them terrorists. However, one thing was certain: they wanted to make the oppressors bleed, to inflict the same pain they had suffered for years. Pipelines were blown, kidnapping became rife, and the whole nationals became a fair game. This was the only way they felt their voices would be heard. Now this land had turned to a potpourri of violence and terror. Cultism took a stranglehold. Many mothers lost their sons to the sword. People slept with their eyes wide awake. Nowhere was safe anymore. Soon the government took notice, and then came along with amnesty. Everyone thought this would be the solution. However, their leaders had other plans. They let their greed manifest. While issues of their words lingered, the masses had no one to turn to for help. The stipends promised them by the multinationals proved to be inadequate. Some just wanted to eat without working. What a shame and a thing of pain. In no long while, where the people had dropped guns, they picked up boring tools. Pipeline vandalism was bettered. What we call in our local parlance as Pofire never looked so lucrative. Local refineries sprung up everywhere. For once, the people were doing what the government could not do for them. Or so they thought. A blanket of darkness would soon cover them. Suits filled their lungs and people began to fall ill. They gathered wealth but lacked the health to enjoy it. What a tragedy. What a time of pain. What a time of deep pain. A time that couldn't be forgotten. A tragedy of blackness. Had the gold not been black, perhaps we could have seen the light. But that light was dimmed and shrouded by a failed government, coupled with a team of selfish community elders. What are the black gold really brought? A blessing or a curse? Could we really answer that? Could we really be able to put a blame game? Who does the blame rest on? The government or the indigenous, who in a bid to break free from poverty had only plunged their land into further darkness and woes? The cry of Mother Niger Delta rents the atmosphere daily, weeping for her land and crying for her lost chicks. If only the black gold had been left undiscovered, if only the government had done things right from the beginning. So many ifs, but no concrete resolution. As Mother wept, the government implemented the Thepia Act. This would give the land an opportunity from the foot of our boys. However, the emissaries of this gift will end up being selfish again. Those funds would end up in greedy pockets, a never-ending cycle. Some of the chiefs chosen were quite illiterate. They were never made aware of the 3% revenue that the government had made annually to them. The people once again were exploited and blindsided. If only they knew before the Thepia Act that policies were placed on ground for them to have access to wealth. If only they knew. But then, what would the ifs do when the people were uneducated about the policies? The MOUs stank of greed and personal gain. They failed to realize they could have gained more with what was made available in the Thepia Act. Little did they know that they now had access to 3% of the profit made by all companies in their communities yearly. Perhaps you haven't fully understood what the 3% could mean. You could even think the 3% small, but no, the 3% was close to ₦1 billion. This is what every community who had an oil company in could gain. And this is what they could gain just from national oil companies. Well, this was just the least they could gain. IOCs, the international oil companies, of course, would give more to these communities if only illiteracy was not the lot of some of the youths and the chiefs who signed the MOUs. This illiteracy didn't just affect the elders alone, it trickled down to the youths. Most of these companies wouldn't employ them because they were unqualified. Jobs meant for them had been given to outsiders. The youths need to arise. The youths need to take a bold step and educate themselves on the government policies that are made available to the Niger Delta. Else, it will remain in darkness. They need to eschew greed and selfish desire. They must avoid these vices like cultism that kept them backward. They must embrace higher education as a tool to build our nation. Then, perhaps, the light will shine. There is a cry in the land. Can the youths take agriculture seriously? Can the youths beautify their motherland with green vegetations? Can they don on the breastplate of hard work and show our nation that we are of a different breed? If only we can allow education to thrive, surely our demands will be met. Then mother will smile while she watches her children become men of influence that the world cannot do without. Then will they be heard, black, bold, and beautiful. A country where the black gold has indeed brought progress, whilst taking away our pain and sadness. I see a future where these ashes have been turned to beauty, where the Niger Delta has streets paved with gold, where the fathers wear crowns of gold studded with diamonds. Oh, I see a future.